All right. Next, Amber. Hey, there you are. You said I'm revisiting the idea of an Instagram a grid nine thing, and I have a fun new image I want to riff on, talk about what to include in the static Instagram presence. Okay.
All right. So first, I want to say, I just want to highlight that you already know, but I think it's just so powerful to hear you coach other people because I get so much value from that.
Mm.
And it's just really, really wonderful. So even when I don't get my questions answered, I sometimes get my questions answered.
Well, I'm glad. I'm glad.
So one of the things that you said just when you were coaching just now is you mentioned the spells that society is under. And that wording, I think, is really perfect for what I'm leading into now. Um, a friend of mine is an illustrator and created an image for my business of like this facilitator workshop apothecary, and it feels like very like magical and whimsical, and I'm so excited to share it, so I'm going to share it with you. I've got it here, but I've got a few people that I've showed it to said like, oh, that's interesting, that's really great, but how does that work with you being a workshop strategist? It feels a little disjointed for them.
Mm.
So I can see the connection, and people who know my business well usually have, hi Petra, can see the connection as well, but it's not like an easy divide to bridge. So this is the first piece. Can you see it?
I love it.
It's cool, right?
It is.
Yeah. So the first piece is kind of, does this is this like a hard thing to bridge, of the sense of, I'm helping my clients to unravel the spells that society is under by creating really, really impactful, engaging workshops.
Mhm.
Um, and then the second piece is kind of that, like, if your workshop feels mediocre and mediocre is not going to cut it, then let's make your workshop into something magical. So that's kind of what I was thinking. That's the first piece. And if that makes sense, then I can move on to like the actual question that I posed in the chat.
Okay, hold on. Let me just um so it's called the workshop. The idea is the workshop apothecary.
Yeah, that's basically what it's being labeled as right now. Just this like really magical, enchanting sense of guiding them to create um, more magic in their workshops.
Okay, I was just typing out here in the chat. This is what I might I think you actually need to combine the two.
Mm,
So you see, I said a strategic workshop apothecary, how to create a magical and memorable workshops people rave about, or something like this. But knowing you, the strategic part is important. You've got a real hardcore nerd side. So there's a few things I can see adding to the image. One is like a flip chart, some
okay.
post-it notes, some markers in there on the other side. Like maybe there's two sides. There's the apothecary side, and the other side has more charts and numbers and
Mm,
facts and figures.
okay. This
Um,
image is locked in, but for future ones, maybe I'll get them to add some different
okay.
pieces.
But and yeah, I see you as having both. And so it
Thank
does
you.
feel not exactly when it's just apothecary, because I think that's one of the elements. Um, but I mean, it's a gorgeous image. I love it. And I like the idea of the apothecary. I think that is, I would write a really great social media post with that image. I would do like an article with that image. I would talk about this idea of the apothecary and why this speaks to you as a metaphor for what you do. And my guess
Mhm.
is it's not the entire thing.
No.
Yeah.
So this, I think, leads into my next question. So I'll share
Okay.
this piece here is dividing the image into 9, and then having those be what I post for my Instagram. So each of those sections would be a different post that I could write about. And that could be like the main image. And then if they scroll, there's a carousel behind it. But then when someone comes to my Instagram, they can see just all of this image. Does that make sense? I don't know if I'm explaining it well, but these pieces kind of form together. And so I guess what I'm digging into is making it more like a website, in that people can get to know me through these different posts, and being more strategic with it than just posting ad hoc here and there all the time.
Where is this going to go?
So this will be my Instagram, so that I don't have to think about posting all the time. I can set these as the top posts in my feed and lock those in. And then if I want to do new stuff, then I can do reels, but just not have them add to my feed, so that they live in the separate reels tab. And so I can do reels and stories on an ongoing basis, but I don't have to worry about like carousel posts and things like that all of the time.
Can you not only lock in 3?
You can only lock in 3. That's if you continue to post things, right? I don't want to worry about posts anymore. I want to write 9 really, really good ones, and then I'm done. That's it. There's no more. I can do reels, I could do stories, but I don't have to think about it all the time.
But
I'm too busy. I'm too busy helping people.
But the reels are going to push these down.
No, there's a button that you can uncheck so that they can just be in a reel section.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. So it'll just look like this until I.
Well, I don't know. I've never tried this, so I don't really. I would say give it a shot. I don't.
Yeah, no, I know this is a thing that can work. My question is more around like, are there? So I have an idea of like the topics that I want to include, and so there's space for 9 different posts.
Right.
And so then if I was thinking about this kind of like a website, so I would have, in the middle is a picture of my face. So then I would have my bio, and then there's like a section offers how you can work with me, and then the 2 on the far left would talk about, are we a fit? And so it's how my people are catalysts for change, and they're trying to transform society in some way. And then some of the books that I love, that my clients also love, I know that's a question that you use a lot, and I really adore, and obviously I love books. So maybe this is a thing that we can riff on another time. Maybe this is too big of a question for right now, but I'm just really excited about this idea, and want to make sure that I'm not missing any major areas that people might have questions about when they come to my Instagram page, the questions that I should be trying to answer.
Yeah. Okay. So if they come to the Instagram page, they're likely not that familiar with the kind of 101 hello code philosophy. Yeah. So I think some of these substance, engagement, authenticity, community, the ACEs things, I don't think that's going to quite land the way you want it to. I would instead say something like the 4 pillars of memorable workshops, and talk about all 4 in that. I might have a kind of my philosophy about facilitation, or I mean, if we're looking at it like a website, then a website's going to have like a homepage, a bio, products and services, contact page, a my philosophy page, an are we a fit page, product, services, free stuff, that kind of thing. So I would really consider like tabs on a website that are going to help them find the thing they're looking for. And so I think you've just got 4 tabs that actually are probably under one, which would either be like my philosophy about facilitation or something. I just don't think they'll know what it means. Like my philosophy about facilitation, like, I'd like to know her philosophy about facilitation. That's relevant to me because I might hire her. But if it's community, I don't know if you mean your community, the importance of community, the community element of workshops, like that's not clear. So I think it's important that everything there, it has an immediate, I get what this is, and if I want to learn more about this. Yeah.
I actually wasn't planning on having the labels. I added them for clarity on this call right now. I was planning on leaving it just the image so that people could kind of click around and
I think that's a harder way to, I think it's a harder way to go. That's
Okay.
a heavier ask that people would even think to click on it, because they might just say, "Oh, look, she did something pretty."
Okay.
I would strongly advise putting some words
Okay.
there. Yeah.
Cool. I will do that then. Thank you.
You're welcome. Okay.